I'm going to show you guys how to create a dimension sheet. So what we need to do is we're going to kind of start with our part. So hopefully you've already created your part for your shadow box. So here's my shadow box side. Go ahead, we can open that up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here from design and then drawing from design. And then over here is where we want to basically select. So we can do a from scratch template. We'll just do 11 by 17, so kind of a legal size piece of paper, and then just simply click OK. And what that'll do is that'll throw it into our template. So I'm going to go ahead and close the data panel so I have a little bit more room here. So first thing I want to do is I want to make my scale 1 by 1. And then I may want to rotate this to a better view. So in this case, I want my view to see this, so that way I get the full length of my object. So when I first place the object, then I want to come up here to project view. So that way I just click on my front view there, project it out, project it to the right, do my isometric, and then I can just right click and select OK. Now if I want to go through, I can double click on this, change the shading just like we would in Inventor, and that is how I set up my individual objects here. And if you need to adjust them or anything, you can just drag in place where you want, and then once you have them set, you can always click to set them in the new location. Now I need to go through and place dimensions. So this is where I can come up here. These are my same linear dimensioning tools and stuff. So if I need to go through and hit my two endpoints, I can go through, put in my dimensions. And what I want to do is I want to go through and dimension all the different parts. If I need to do my angle, so you don't necessarily have to have an angle dimension on this. You could do it with linear dimensions instead of an angle. The easiest way, if you want to show that 45-degree angle here, that would be an easy way to go through and show that 45-degree angle. So I just clicked the top surface, the side surface, to get that angle to show up. And then you want to go through and you want to do the same thing for your back part as well. And then what you can do is you can actually output these as a PDF. Now one of the things you'll notice is in your title block, the project name, they're taking that from where your project is stored at. So if you created a new project folder and drew all of your stuff in there, it should have that project folder name there. And then same things, depending on what you named your object is what it's putting in for the title. And those defaults are fine for this particular project. But go ahead and you can get your sheets for both your side piece and your back piece. And then go ahead and export those as a PDF. So for output, I can go say PDF, all sheets. And then if you want to open the PDF when it's done, you can check mark that. If you just want to save it, that's up to you. So when I click OK, what it'll do is it wants you to give it a file name. Again, make sure you know what you're saving it as. So if you would, in this case, I'm going to say Kevin Shadowbox. That way I know it's mine, because remember, I'm going to be getting Shadowbox designs from everyone, so if you put your name on there. And then this is where you're going to save it. So make sure you know where it's saved, so that way you know how to upload it to Google Classroom to submit this. So then once you've put it in there, so I'm just going to put this in the Downloads folder, click Save, and then now I can go to Google Classroom, and then I'll attach that file from my computer, and you can see this one. Now, keep in mind, this is not, I don't have all my dimensions, right? I have one length dimension in. I don't have any of my height, any of my depth. So make sure you put in all those dimensions to the proper dimensioning standards like we've done in previous exercises.